Welcome back, everybody. You're watching us here on Cape Rugby TV. Before we take a look at the Brackenfell Durbel game and some of your results, let's just take a look at our score, spot the ball competition. These were, of course, your options last week. Jerome and Renzel had a bit of a go at it, but it was A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, D1, and D2. And Jerome, can you remember which one you took?
D2.
You took a D2, and Renzel, do you remember which one you took?
Yes.
You're not allowed to actually say it because I think you're...
I forget when I edit jokes. I forget when I edit.
All right. He's got all the secrets, everybody. But let's take a look here. This was, of course, your segment winner. And looking at that slide, congratulations then to Abdul Titus. There you see it on screen, D2. Congratulations, Jerome. You actually got it right.
For the first time.
For the first time. Yeah, you know how sneaky Renzel Botman can be with us. All right, folks, we go back to the Spot the Team competition. If you want to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks, go to our Facebook page. This is your clue for the weekend. There we go. This is the Spot the Team competition. Just go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. See if you can spot the team and you put yourself in the mix to win a case of Score. Abdul, we'll reach out to you on Facebook Messenger for you to come and collect your case. All right, let's take a look here, folks. This is first and second half of Brackenfell against Durbel. right, there we go. Durbel then 47 points to 12 over Brackenfell. Renz, let's go to you first. Durbel had the upper hand right through the game.
Yeah, I think they, we talked about off camera. We talk about the forwards being dominant, and backline didn't have much to do. But if your forwards is dominant in front, why not stay there? So I think most of the game, Durbel had the upper hand, and like Coach said earlier, if you win all your set pieces, game is in your hands.
So what do they take out of this game then going forward? I mean, Brackenfell will know that they're going to have to change their game plan or get it settled in very quickly. Durbel, on the other hand, will know that they've kind of tested the waters and are ready to get on with the season.
Look, I think for Brackenfell, obviously it's back to the drawing board for them. But it's the first game of the season. They played against the club that played in the finals last year, so they know where, what they need to work on. So from there, they can just build from there, to put it that way.
Jerome, your thoughts again?
Yeah, look, you can see there's a lot of changes at Brackenfell club from management, players. A lot of players left. So I think they in a rebuild phase. But just go back to the game. I think like the score, yeah, it's a big score. But I think there was a couple of times where Brackenfell should have, decision making was bad. Should have got points. So the score could have been a little bit better. So I think it's not all done for Brackenfell, and they must just quickly get used to the new personnel, the new players that's there. Because Brackenfell is always a quality club, so they must just get back to that. How they could play, and I think start of the season they mustn't panic.
All right, folks, let's quickly take a look at some of the other results then from the weekend. In Super League B, Kylemore went down to Macassar, 20 points to 15. Belhar 30-29 over Franschhoek, a 1-point margin, whereas it was a 27-17 win for Hamlets over Bellville. And Goodwood winning 34 points to 8 over Hands and Hearts in Super League B. Any comments there, Jerome? Renz? Some surprises.
Yeah, I mean, a good result for Belhar.
Yeah.
Obviously at home, that 1-point lead there. I think Bellville will be disappointed. Away game, you must get a point at least or 2 out of a game because you have to catch up now.
Yeah.
And then Hands and Hearts, not...
Yeah. Renz, I'm going to let you comment on that one. You know Goodwood and Hands and Hearts intimately.
Look, James, I think Goodwood, I watched, I looked at a few of their photos. I saw some of the players there.
Yeah.
So they've got a few good players by them that played like Super League A before. So I think with them coming up, they wanted to make a statement, and what a statement to make in their first game.
All right, folks, let's quickly take a look at some of the fixtures then coming up this weekend in Super League A. It's Van der Stel, St. George's, Tygerberg and Kuilsriver, Helderberg, False Bay, Stellenbosch, Unimil, Durbel and Villages. Jerome, some of these teams are going to have their first games this weekend. Unimil, for example, False Bay. So, interesting weekend ahead again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Van der Stel and St. George's. It's their first game in Super A, Van der Stel. So, see how they adapt from last year's good performance to Super A.
Super League B sees Macassar Vineyards, Franschhoek Goodwood, Bellville Belhar, and Hands and Hearts and Kraaifontein. Renzel Botman, I'm going to go back to you on this. You know this neck of the woods. There's a game that jumps out for me though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hands and Hearts, Kraaifontein. Derby, like I said the last time, doesn't matter if it's a friendly or if it's league, but Derby stays a Derby. I think that's going to be a big one in Kraaifontein this weekend.
Yeah, all right. So a lot of big games this weekend, folks. Super League C, Strand and Delft, Atlantis and All Saints, Gardens and Langa, Scottsdene and Peniel Villages. Jerome, anything jumps for you?
I think interesting Atlantis and All Saints. That's going to be a tough one in Atlantis.
Yeah. All right then, folks. And in the Paarl region, Young Standard, Simonium, Violets, Paarl, Peril United, Drakensberg and Lower Paarl. So some big games there. Renz, any ones that jump out for you there?
All of them, because all of them is derbies.
Yeah, all
of them is derbies.
Your plans for the weekend, Jerome?
Look, there's a few interesting games. There's Kuilsriver Tygerberg, there's Bellville Belhar. It's also sort of another derby. So a lot of derby games, like good games to watch. So end up one or two games.
And your plans, Renzel Botman?
There's always a rugby.
Yeah.
in my weekends nowadays, Jeffs. But Hamilton's, they playing friendly against Primrose. Primrose coming back from Ramadan, so we decided to give them a game for them to get ready for the season.
All right. Okay, folks, a lot of action on the cards this coming weekend. Remember, you can, of course, catch us every week here on Cape Rugby TV. The season is now up and running. This is what we've been waiting for, talking about Western Province Club Rugby. So we'll bring you the highlights, the logs, the results, and the fixtures. We'll take a break, or at least not take a break. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. A fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.